Texas, the Lone Star State, holds one of the most colorful and complex histories of any U.S. state. Its story spans thousands of years, marked by diverse cultures, territorial disputes, revolutions, and rapid transformation from a rugged frontier to a modern economic powerhouse. Long before Europeans arrived, Texas was home to a rich tapestry of Native American peoples. In the east, the Caddo built permanent villages, cultivated crops like corn and beans, and developed advanced trade networks. Along the Gulf Coast, the Karankawa relied on fishing and seasonal hunting. On the vast plains, the Comanche and Apache became expert horsemen and buffalo hunters, dominating large territories. Each group adapted to its environment, creating unique cultures and traditions that would influence Texas for centuries. The first recorded European contact came in 1519, when Spanish explorer Alonso Alvarez de Pineda mapped the Texas coastline. Over the next 2 centuries, Spanish expeditions ventured into the region, seeking wealth and converting native peoples to Christianity. Spain established missions such as the Mission San Jose and the Mission San Antonio de Valero, later known as the Alamo, along with presidios or military forts to defend its claims. Life on the Spanish frontier was difficult, with settlers facing resistance from native tribes, isolation from larger colonies, and the challenge of sustaining agriculture in unfamiliar climates. In 1821, Mexico won its independence from Spain and inherited Texas as part of its vast northern frontier. Seeking to populate the sparsely settled region, the Mexican government allowed Anglo-American settlers to move in under specific conditions. They were to become Mexican citizens, convert to Catholicism, and abide by Mexican laws. These settlers, led by impresarios such as Stephen F. Austin, initially coexisted with Mexican authorities, but cultural, linguistic, and political differences quickly surfaced. Mexico's decision to ban slavery, which many Anglo settlers supported, and to tighten control over immigration sparked growing resentment. By 1835, tensions had reached the breaking point, and the Texas Revolution began. One of the most famous events of the Revolution was the Battle of the Alamo in 1836. For 13 days, a small group of Texian defenders, including Davy Crockett and James Bowie, held out against the forces of Mexican General Santa Anna. Their eventual defeat became a rallying cry, "Remember the Alamo," for Texian independence. Weeks later, at the Battle of San Jacinto, General Sam Houston's army surprised and decisively defeated Santa Anna's troops in just 18 minutes, effectively securing independence for Texas. From 1836 to 1845, Texas existed as the Republic of Texas, an independent nation recognized by the United States, France, and Britain. The Republic had its own flag, currency, and elected presidents, including Sam Houston and Mirabeau B. Lamar. However, the new nation faced constant threats from Mexico, conflicts with native tribes, internal political divisions, and financial instability. Many Texans believed that joining the United States would provide greater security and economic opportunity. In 1845, Texas was annexed as the 28th state of the United States. This move angered Mexico and contributed to the outbreak of the Mexican-American War. The war ended in 1848 with the Treaty of Guadalupe Hidalgo, in which Mexico recognized Texas as part of the U.S. and ceded vast territories in the West. During the American Civil War, Texas joined the Confederate States in 1861. While no major battles occurred on its soil, Texas played a significant role in supplying troops and resources to the Confederacy. In June 1865, Union forces arrived in Galveston to enforce emancipation, 2.5 years after the Emancipation Proclamation. This moment, known as Juneteenth, marked the official end of slavery in Texas and has since become a celebrated holiday. The Reconstruction period brought political upheaval, military oversight, and social change as freed African Americans sought to establish new lives. By 1870, Texas had rejoined the Union and economic life began to recover. The late 19th century saw the rise of cattle ranching as a dominant industry. Cowboys drove massive herds along trails like the Chisholm and Goodnight Loving to railheads in Kansas, where cattle were shipped to markets across the country. This era cemented the cowboy as a central figure in Texas identity and American folklore. The dawn of the 20th century brought another transformation, the discovery of oil. In 1901, a drilling operation at Spindletop near Beaumont struck a gusher, ushering in the Texas oil boom. The oil industry spurred rapid industrialization, urban growth, and economic diversification. Houston became a hub for energy and shipping, Dallas emerged as a commercial center, and Fort Worth grew into a major livestock and oil market. Texas continued to evolve throughout the 20th century. It played key roles in World War II by producing oil, aircraft, and military supplies. After the war, population growth accelerated, fueled by migration from other states and countries. The establishment of NASA's Johnson Space Center in Houston in the 1960s made Texas a leader in space exploration. In more recent decades, Texas has become an economic powerhouse with a diverse economy spanning energy, technology, agriculture, and healthcare. Cities like Austin have gained reputations as centers for innovation, music, and culture, while San Antonio preserves its deep Spanish and Mexican heritage. The state remains a leading producer of oil and natural gas, but it is also expanding into renewable energy, manufacturing, and high-tech industries. Culturally, Texas embodies a blend of influences: Native American, Spanish, Mexican, Anglo-American, African-American, and immigrant communities from around the world. Its traditions are reflected in music from country to Tejano, in cuisine from BBQ to Tex-Mex, and in annual events like the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo. Today, Texas is the second largest state in both area and population, with a reputation for independence, resilience, and pride in its history. From the ancient peoples who first walked its lands, to the revolutionaries who fought for independence, to the innovators shaping its future, Texas's story is one of constant reinvention. Its history is not just a record of past events, but a living narrative, one that continues to inspire and define the spirit of the Lone Star State.